The power of a dad in a child's life is unmatched. Justin Rickliffs. It is a wise father that knows his own child. William Shakespeare. One father is more than 100 schoolmasters. George Herbert. A girl's first true love is her father. Marisol Santiago. A father's smile has been known to light up a child's entire day. Susan Gale. A father doesn't tell you that he loves you. He shows you. Dimitri the Stoneheart. Fathers just have a way of putting everything together. Erica Cosby. Behind every great daughter is a truly amazing father. To her, the name of father was another name for love. Fanny Fern. The older I get, the smarter my father seems to get. Tim Russert. No music is so pleasant to my ears as that word, father. Lydia Maria Child. A father carries pictures where his money used to be. Steve Martin. When my father didn't have my hand, he had my back. Linda Poindexter. A father is someone you look up to no matter how tall you grow. The greatest mark of a father is how he treats his children when no one is looking. Dan Pierce. Fathers, be good to your daughters. You are the God and the weight of her world. John Mayer. Dads are most ordinary men turned by love into heroes, adventurers, storytellers and singers of song. A dad is someone who wants to catch you when you fall. Instead he picks you up, brushes you off and lets you try again. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Sigmund Freud. No one in this world can love a girl more than her father. Michael Ratnadipak. It doesn't matter who my father was, it matters who I remember he was. Anne Sexton. My father gave me my dreams. Thanks to him, I could see a future. Liza Minnelli. No man I ever met was my father's equal, and I never loved any other man as much. Hedy Lamarr. My father didn't do anything unusual. He only did what dads are supposed to do. Be there. Max Lucado. Dad, your guiding hand on my shoulder will remain with me forever. My father has always provided me a safe place to land and a hard place from which to launch. Chelsea Clinton. She did not stand alone. But what stood behind her, the most potent moral force in her life, was the love of her father. Harper Lee. A father is neither an anchor to hold us back, nor a sail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. A father is the one friend upon whom we can always rely. In the hour of need, when all else fails, we remember him upon whose knees we sat when children, and who soothed our sorrows, and even though he may be unable to assist us, His mere presence serves to comfort and strengthen us. Emil Gaboriau. When you need real understanding, when you need someone to care, when you need someone to guide you, a father's always there. Thomas J. Langley. What a father says to his children is not heard by the world, but it will be heard by posterity. Jean Paul. There will always be a few people who have the courage to love what is untamed inside us. One of those men is my father. Alison Lohman. Every son quotes his father, in words and in deeds. Terry Gillimetz. Dad taught me everything I know. Unfortunately, he didn't teach me everything he knows. Alunzer. A good father is one whose only reason for putting down a laughing baby is to pick up a crying one. Linda Poindexter. A man knows when he is growing old because he begins to look like his father. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. You can tell what was the best year of your father's life, because they seem to freeze that clothing style and write it out. Jerry Seinfeld. A father is a banker provided by nature. French proverb. A father is a man who expects his son to be as good a man as he meant to be. Frank A. Clark. You don't have to deserve your mother's love. You have to deserve your father's. He's more particular. Robert Frost. By the time a man realizes that maybe his father was right, he usually has a son who thinks he's wrong. Charles Wadsworth. Being a great father is like shaving. No matter how good you shave today, you have to do it again tomorrow. Reed Markham. I talk and talk and talk, and I haven't taught people in 50 years what my father taught by example in 1 week. Mario Cuomo. When you're young, you think your dad is Superman. Then you grow up, and you realize he's just a regular guy who wears a cape. Dave Attell. Dads are like chocolate chip cookies. They may have chips or be totally nutty, but they are sweet and make the world a better place, especially for their children. Hilary Lytle. A father's words are like a thermostat that sets the temperature in the house. Paul Lewis. Fatherhood is the greatest thing that could ever happen. You can't explain it until it happens. It's like telling somebody what water feels like before they've ever swam in it. Michael Bublé. My father didn't tell me how to live. He lived and let me watch him do it. Clarence Boddington Kelland. My father had a profound influence on me. He was a lunatic. Spike Milligan. You gotta love dads. At my wedding, when I tripped on my wedding dress and fell flat on my face, Dad said, "Don't worry, you'll do better next time." Melanie White. The greatest thing a father can do for his children is love their mother. And Janeth Garcia Untalan. A happy family is a reflection of a good father and a loving husband. The thrill of being a great father is not seeing your children go on to become successful adults. The thrill of a great father is the journey, experiencing your child's successes along the pathway to their greatness. Read Markham. A man's worth is measured by how he parents his children. What he gives them, what he keeps away from them, the lessons he teaches and the lessons he allows them to learn on their own. Lisa Rogers. Nothing has brought me more peace and content in life than simply being a good husband and father. Frank Abagnale. The reward of child rearing is spending the rest of your life proudly knowing this person you helped guide. Mike Sager. A man never stands as tall as when he kneels to help a child. Knights of Pythagoras. Great fathers don't find fault. Great fathers find solutions. Read Markham. A truly rich man is one whose children run into his arms when his hands are empty. There's something like a line of gold thread running through a man's words when he talks to his daughter, and gradually over the years, it gets to be long enough for you to pick up in your hands and weave into a cloth that feels like love itself. John Gregory Brown. The only thing better than having you for a husband is our children having you for a daddy. My Father's Day gift to you is letting you pretend to be in charge of the family for a day. I always thought you'd make a great dad. Now, I know it. Happy Father's Day to an amazing husband. I never knew how much I loved your daddy until I saw how much he loved you. One of the most powerful hand clasps is that of a new grandbaby around the finger of a grandfather. Joy Hargrove. Grandpas bring a little wisdom, happiness, warmth and love to every life they touch. To a small child, the perfect granddad is unafraid of big dogs and fierce storms, but absolutely terrified of the word boo. Robert Bro. We never know the love of a parent till we become parents ourselves. Henry Ward Beecher. Blessed indeed is the man who hears many gentle voices call him Father. Lydia Maria Child. My father gave me the greatest gift anyone could give another person. He believed in me. Jim Valvano. When you teach your son, you teach your son's son. The Talmud. Sometimes the poorest man leaves his children the richest inheritance. Ruthie Renkel. Why was a father? That's what a father does. Eases the burdens of those he loves. Saves the ones he loves from painful last images that might endure for a lifetime. George Saunders. It's only when you grow up and step back from him, or leave him for your own home, it's only then that you can measure his greatness and fully appreciate it. Margaret Truman. There are 3 stages of a man's life. He believes in Santa Claus. He doesn't believe in Santa Claus. He is Santa Claus. A good father is one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society. Billy Graham. There is nothing that moves a loving father's soul quite like his child's cry. Joni Eareckson Tada. An uncle is a blessing. It means so many things. Words could never tell the joy an uncle brings. An uncle is a bond of faith that even time can't sever, a gift to last all of our lives. An uncle is forever. Irene Banks. Any man can be a father, but it takes someone special to be a dad. And Geddes. The heart of a father is the masterpiece of nature. Antoine François Prévost. You don't choose your family. They are God's gift to you. Desmond Tutu Jean-Paul. An amazing uncle is like a glass of refreshing lemonade in the hot summer of life. Other things may change us, but we start and end with family. Anthony Brandt. Good fathers do three things: they provide, they nurture, and they guide. Roland Warren. It is not flesh and blood but the heart which makes us fathers and sons. Johann Schiller. Everyone has an uncle who tried to steal their nose. Peter Clay. I smile because you're my uncle. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. Every great achiever is inspired by a great mentor. Lyle Gifty Akita. It is admirable for a man to take his son fishing, but there is a special place in heaven for the father who takes his daughter shopping. John Siner. The imprint of a father remains forever on the life of the child. Roy Lesson. If the relationship of father to son could really be reduced to biology, the whole earth would blaze with the glory of fathers and sons. James Baldwin. A father is always making his baby into a little woman. And when she is a woman he turns her back again. Enid Bagnold. It's the courage to raise a child that makes you a father. Barack Obama. The nature of fatherhood is that you're doing something that you're unqualified to do, and then you become qualified when you do it. John Green. I believe that what we become depends on what our fathers teach us at odd moments, when they aren't trying to teach us. We are formed by little scraps of wisdom. Umberto Eco. Fatherhood is the best thing I ever did. It changes your perspective. You can write a book, you can make a movie, you can paint a painting, but having kids is really the most extraordinary thing I have taken on. Brad Pitt. Son, brother, father, lover, friend. There is room in the heart for all the affections, as there is room in heaven for all the stars. Victor Hugo. Becoming a father, I think it inevitably changes your perspective of life. Hugh Jackman. Being a father has been, without a doubt, my greatest source of achievement, pride and inspiration. Fatherhood has taught me about unconditional love, reinforced the importance of giving back and taught me how to be a better person. Naveen Jain. Having a kid is like falling in love for the first time when you're 12, but every day. Mike Myers.